What is up, y'all? It's me, Tasha C. And in this particular video review, y'all, I'll be reviewing Black Ink Crew Compton, season 1, episode 1, the series premiere. Okay, shout out to my YouTube family. You're not a part of my YouTube family yet. Let's go ahead and subscribe down below. Don't forget, click on the bell for notifications. And on top of that, while you're at it, you can like this video so get up there, get up in shares and all that stuff, whatever. Okay, y'all. So this show, I think I'm going to stick with reviewing. This episode was different, or it looks like this season, well, just even this spin off this particular series with Compton anyway, because this is the third, Black Ink Crew show, but also the difference is that we're seeing a tattoo shot from start, that is up and coming, and they're starting from the beginning when they get the shop. When we seen the original crew, Black Ink Crew from New York, they already had a shop, and they expanded and got another shop, and then they expanded and expanded. And then we got, of course, Black Ink Chicago just what ended like, their season finale, a week or last week ago, week before last, and we see like it was not, bounce back for between 1 or 2 shops. Okay. So now we've seen it from the beginning. Okay. Now, let's get into the folks. Okay, I don't take no notes. You already know me. Now, we got KP, also known as I in Compton, which is I stands for ink, A stands for arts, and and M stands for music, okay? But he's also go by KP, which is, if you know, KP also is the man of Kyla, I hope I'm saying Kyla, I'm going to call her Miss K. And Miss K has been, acting since she was a little girl. Okay, she's a childhood actress. She's an actress, and she's also a Compton too. They've been together for 11 years. They have a family. Oh, combination blended family. Together they have 2 little beautiful girls. And for previous relationship, he has a son. And she's been, bonus mom, stepmom to I guess we're gonna call him Little KP. I don't think they mentioned his name. And so KP actually they did they do the background stories. So KP was from Compton, and actually he had got a scholarship. He was in football, and he got a scholarship to attend, and they ended up kicking him out, and he lost his scholarship due to finding some drugs among so whatever. And he got hit rock bottom and realized, hey, I gotta do this. But he been drawn for the longest, doing tattoos on on some famous folks and stuff. I remember some of the names. I think it was it Taji and Nas and stuff. He like I said, he's been tattooing me. He first was tattooing people around the way. Then his clientele expanded up. So he wants to expand his empire and have somewhere where, because they don't have no ink shops in Compton. You got like they show like just the beginning, like what Compton deals with, or some of the stuff that Compton deals was known for. You got the gang violence, the violence, stuff like that. This happened, So he wants to be able to come along and make a tattoo shop, And so then we got his cousin, is also his manager named Tim. And we got Lemire, who is also a tattoo artist, and one time had lived in Philly for a couple years. And he used to be in drug dealing. Lemire was drug dealing and stuff like that, and he got off that lifestyle. His dad is serving time right now for murder someone, that type, that stuff. And what else was he saying? So he in the game, and also he and his girl named Daniel, they run a business where they have a food truck, but they sell Philly ice, which is better, he said, than Shaman ice. Okay, which he mentioned that when he was living in Philly, and so they've been together, I think, like about 7 years, something like that. And we see later on that she's expecting, they first baby together. They didn't show the something at first. They waited to like half the episode, and then they went down to zoom in. And, she's 6 months, so she's a child. So there's some issue with that, but we see the first like they have this little event, and that's what KP's going to announce that he's going to do a tattoo shop. It's kind of like you got gangs, do pinball. But we're also introduced to Voodoo Doll. Now Voodoo Doll, she said her stepfather was over a coat leader of a cult, something like that. So she said she was in self lifestyle. She wasn't listening to radio or TV. It was basically like, living in the damn cave. And when she got free, she was able to run free. So she, I think, is supposed to be apprenticed under this future shop. And she's into exotic art. She was like, that's probably why she doesn't mind, like, naked, half naked, stuff like that. And I think she does drawings as well. Because I don't know, she made art with, like, for modeling and also drawing as well too. And so I don't know, like, if she's a tattoo artist. I don't just stand on me when she was like talking about her dad was, open cult, was a cult leader. I'm like, oh Lord, ugh, okay. So, anyways, we also have Barbie. Now, Barbie actually grew up with KP. So when he was playing football, she was a cheerleader at the same time during their high school days. But they were always cool, platonic, like a brother, sister. Well, she's supposed to be the receptionist, or I like to say, yeah, receptionist at the future shop as well. And she's kind of like also keeps the bros away from the hoes type of thing. Like we won't be having no thought in this context today. So like I said, this is where we found out Lemir's girl was checking up on him at the thing. And Barbie was in the background, like, I'm making sure, Danielle, he ain't no hoes, blah, blah, blah. And then we got Ink Dripping. Now, Ink Dripping is also someone we were introduced to, and he has been tattooed for 2 whole years. There was also backstory later on about him, where he goes and says, he can't wait for this shop and this opportunity because he came where his, dad left him and his mom and I think his siblings when he was young were like, one time were homeless. So he's looking at this as opportunity. There's this bear too, but he's been even though it's been tattooed for a couple years. It's I mean, they show some of his artwork and stuff like that. So hopefully we get to see, the artists and the ones who they haven't shown yet artwork and see how, really see some more designs. I mean, we see like two, but they were both wordy. They weren't bad, of course, but you know what I mean. It was just like we seen a little sample, just a little sample. And I forgot to mention, like, so Tim was also around, where Tim was, looks at KP like a big brother as well, and they've been cool, like I said, since they were kids as well, or something like that. I think he's been around him the longest. Okay, so anyways, like I said, this probably is not going to be a long review because this is an introduction anyway. Now, the sad but craziest part, we found out if y'all know about this tragedy. I mean, it was probably nationwide, probably worldwide about this. But it was around the time which it was filmed, at least around March of this year and beginning of April. Because like I said, when they first talk about the shop, whatever, and then they have an event, and like I said, they're talking about things, and then two, one, like I said, we see Danielle, like I said, kind of jump a little bit, and they're on the ice cream truck, right? And Danielle, when Lemire tells about like this tattoo shop, because he's like, this about in the bag, whatever, basically, right? And she's concerned about because she's like, how Ink and KP like to turn up with the party stuff, and she's just thinking about all the bitches that are going to be there trying to get tats on their coop or whatever they said they blanked out because I was paying attention and stuff like that. And Daniel, tells in her confessional, like, 3 years ago, Lemire cheated on her. And Lamar, why I keep saying that? Is I think Lemire cheated on her, and that's why she feels some type of way. Okay, I mean, even though she's gotten over it, she still has some concerns. But Lemire said, he only worried about her and the baby to be. Lemire's like everything's gonna change because somebody's gonna be calling him dad, and he's looking forward to it. But it's like you're happy and you're scared at the same time, type of feeling, whatever. And so there was later on event we see KP and Kayla, Kyla. Why I keep wanting to call her Kayla? I knew young girl. I was a babysitting named Kayla, but Kyla have this family bit. They basically have like a seafood bowl. They made it, and the family's coming there, and he knew that his girl was the one because his mama approved of her. And she was like, his mama, he said, she was like, basically like this, like, you better keep that good one because you better, all these raggedy ones you had passed before, like, this is a good one, you better keep her and do good right by her, that type of thing. But that's what he was saying, in the confessionals, like, what she said. So, he announces, and Tim is there, and like I said, both sides of the family's there, I think. And he announces they got keys, and Tim is ecstatic, and Kyla has to go to like the sink and stuff for a second. Oh my gosh, and she kind of was a little bit shocked. But then KB goes to see what's up because now this girl, they've been together 11 years, so he would know what's going on. And she's just a little bit shocked, and she said, "You didn't tell me that you had keys, whatever yet." And he would just let her know everything be okay because, like I said, in the area of Compton and the stuff they known for and stuff, and you gotta watch, but there's always something happening. It seems like, well, I'm not gonna say always something happening, but it's just you know what I mean, just the area and stuff. And he said everything gonna be okay, and they hug about it, but she's like, okay, you know, and so like I said, that's pretty much the first half. Like I said, well, I'll get these names down by next episode. Then 3 days later, when he gets the keys and everything, they about to go get the shop, whatever, because they, went through all this search and went to all these crazy places, whatever, black, white, it was, they had some dead roaches, and, they didn't really search how am I to get the appropriate place, get approved from the city's officials, stuff like that this is not going to be an area where, trouble going to find it, it's going to be a safe environment where, people getting tatted, adding a memory to their skin, basically, Now, obviously, if he's going to add in art and music, stuff there too, maybe people can record a track there too, okay? So, 3 days later, what happens is, what I was saying was the tragedy of the passing and the murder of Nipsey Hussle, God rest his soul. And KP said, he was, Nipsey comes from the west side of LA. Now, personally, KP does not know him, but he know of him. And, what he did, community was a good dude and all this stuff. But it also makes, KP start to question, is he making the right decision? Because he's like, hey, he's was in his community. Nipsey got killed in his community in front of his shop. Okay, so KP is like, that's the same thing. What he's trying to do is be in his community and stuff. So he's having second thoughts, which is understandable, So he doesn't know if he's doing this, the right idea and stuff, So we see later on Lemire meets up with a tattoo artist named Nez Nessie, and she's doing a mural with Nipsey Hussle and Tupac on the side. And Lemire also knew her from his Philly days. She, I forgot, I don't know if they met in art class, something like that, but I know they're from Philly. I don't think it was from schools because she ended up actually going to private schools in the suburbs, stuff like that. And she comes from back where she said, like, trying to fit in. Also, on top of the fact that she's biracial, so trying to, fit in, like, are you, you're not black enough, you're not white enough. She went through that situation. But, she's, don't let her fool you. She's a strong, unique individual. And so, Lemire gave his idea, like, he knows she's a dope artist and stuff like that. So he's trying to have her come on board, whatever, right? And so, like I said, this meeting goes down. And then also Tim was talking a little about it in confessionals. Besides having, the city officials, got funds up and approve this, they got to get approved by the OGs, okay? Because they don't want no mess with, you got, like you said, you got the Bloods, the Crips, the SH. You don't want to bring no problems there, or people trying to, claim you on they area, they said, you know what I mean? Nothing like that. So they're trying to have a meeting with the OGs. So it's good to have an OGs, on your side that doesn't bring, violence or conflict to your part. You just like smooths out the peace and stuff. Because the producer go ask Tim, like, well, so what do you mean what trouble that'll bring? Or something like that would bring to the place. And he was like, I ain't about to talk about the camera. Good, Tim, don't. No, like that. Talking about what trouble that's gonna bring. No. I already knew what the heck that was, and never grew nowhere in California. I haven't honestly even been there yet, but still, I even know what the heck that meant. So, anyways, KP goes to one of his boys who's been around him since he was a kid as well. His boys, brother from another mother, named Major, right? Him and Tim go there. And KB was still, like I said, still having doubts of decision. Because this was, I think, before or after. They even go the day of Nipsey's public homecoming, whatever, they are down and, they have, they drive Nipsey Hussle's body, all through that area, stuff like that. But like I said, it's going around on this time. So he still, like I said, is kind of shaky about is it right for him to go with this decision. And Major, like, he basically still let him know, like, you doing a good thing and stuff. Don't let that stop you. We went through this stuff here. Don't let it stop you. He was like, and he told KP, Major told KP was like this. Don't you got the tattoo equipment? Don't you always got the tattoo equipment on you, right? You got it right now. KP's like, yeah, I got my tattoo equipment on me right now. Okay, so and Major was like, let me go, go ahead. I want to tattoo Compton on my back. And I first thought it was just a figure of speech, right? Even Tim was trying to take his cup away. It wasn't even none of the damn cup unless he just already finished it, right? But he actually got Compton. It was just wording a Compton on the middle of his back. Because, Major said, I'm going to rep Compton wherever I go. Okay. So, after that, we got it where they are going to start in the process of at least getting the shop together and meeting, having a couple meeting with OGs. Obviously we find in later episodes him and Tim that go to go. And but first, when they're having a meeting in the backyard, they showed them, basically everybody who's going to work at the shop at the place. Lemire is not there yet, and Lemire comes there. He comes there and that's what Nessie and Barbie are like. Oh, the couple of people them were like, well, hey, is this a client? Whatever, we ain't open yet. And here's Barbie and the confessional was like, okay, that ain't Danielle. And that's when the mirror is like, he's like this, like, you know what, this is a new tattoo artist, and everybody looking like, okay, did you get that by KB? KB basically said, okay, you know what, tattoo tomorrow then. And Nessie does tattoo him, and it's only on his hand. Okay, but she says later on that was his request. And they do look fresh, but they just got the name Cal on there. So when they come out to show the tattoo, that's all we see. And KB's like, how am I supposed to judge your work based on this? I was surprised she didn't have, like, I guess maybe because she thought she had a guaranteed job anyway. She didn't have, like, a portfolio of her work. But KB decided, because they asked her where the name Kyle was, and the name Kyle came from this, was tattooed on. Now Kyle is Lemire's brother that's still living, but because he already has tattoos brother that was killed, Kevin, that was killed years ago, and he decided to have a tattoo of somebody's here. Give them the roses right here, and just honor his brother by getting a tattoo while he alive. That's I may do that, but I may do that with my loved one too. Well, of course we're still here. That's why I wear the pink hair, and I try to do as much as possible. I do it for 2 years. I know that's a little rant, but that's why I wear that, because for breast cancer awareness. Just in case nobody knows that. That's why I wear that. So that's what I'm thinking too about. May not be the person's name, but it will be part of my tattoo, is the representation, the representation, to honor them while they're still here. So yeah. So KB decided, based on that just because of the sentimental value of the tattoo stuff, he's gonna give Nessie a chance, and she's hired. So yeah, they got the crew, so everybody all happy. So woo woo, right? And I don't think too much had happened. And then Tim, it was. I'm just gonna go in because, like I said, I really didn't see much. It was still an entertaining episode, but it wasn't. Like I said, it's introduction. And so they got towards the end. Tim and we got KP. They're on their way to go meet with the OGs, right? And they already front. They blur out the guy's name. They're like, "Who you coming here to see?" and stuff. And KP and Tim's like, "We're for a meeting." So they open up some door, some steel door, whatever thing, but you can go in there. And when you see from a distance, it Tim and KP expect only to meet with maybe two or three, maybe maximum four people. It's at least about 30 people all around, okay? And already that seemed a little bit much. And as soon as KP there, they patted him down and stuff. And Tim, he got his hands in the hoodie, and you got one dude blurred face out. All of them were blurred out and said KP and Tim's face, right? And they are like, and they, at least one of them asked, so I think maybe the one who patted down KP is sitting there like, what you got your hands in your pocket for, whatever. And Tim, even confessional explained like he feels some type of way. He feels like he don't need to sit there and be patted down and stuff. They already feel some type of way and are kind of uncomfortable, coming there. And then you got all these people like something about to happen, whatever, a two against, a whole football team. And then this happens. So then KP and Tim decided, you know what, we ain't got time for this or whatever, and they decided to leave. And this is when the camera's kind of shaky, even though they not right next to KP and Tim. It's kind of like, okay, what is going on here? Like, the camera is shaking. Is the camera crew running too? What is going on here? So it kind of ends where they like, it seemed like I heard somebody saying like, oh, y'all think y'all trying to leave? And I think you see Tim, but you see Tim and his people, it's already nighttime with blurred faces on and stuff like that. And it kind of ends where it's almost like, wait a minute, was Tim and KB in the fight, or they some of the OGs, whatever they are, whatever, about to get in the fight with them, and then it goes off. And then they give, of course, a little preview of the season. And it was interesting because some of the things is, hopefully there's nothing wrong with Amir and Daniel's baby. The shop, and apparently maybe because they didn't have a meeting, somebody was coming there, or some people coming there to confront him. You know what I mean? Somebody had got shot or something. Not saying or something, but I'm saying is it had somebody had gotten shot, somebody they knew, and a couple things, but it was kind of like, it's one of those things you don't see until you watch the episode. And so I don't know, we don't till next episode. So hugs and loves, everybody. Like I said, if I butcher somebody's way, forgive me, y'all. I'll get them soon. But anyway, y'all take care. I look forward to this new spin-off season show of Black Ink Compton. Oh, but all right. Well, what's y'all thoughts, y'all? Would y'all say if y'all see some ill dope work, and based on, even though you haven't seen the work, and consider some of the clientele work, and I forgot to mention y'all, Amir, but has, even with his ice cream shaving, him and Danielle shaving the Philly ice truck, they even had what, Heidi Cahoon, Heidi, I'm butchering her name, Heidi, Angela Jolie and her kids. He been having some stars pull up and get his stuff. Like, he, even with that ice cream, that's some good business, sir. Okay. But anyway, y'all take care, and I'll see y'all in the next one.